What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another JR business video. I just got to the warehouse here and we thought of a great business video idea for you. So we are going, oh boy, here's Christian pulling in the M3 right now. Looking good. Woo. Bingo. All right, so he's pulling that up. So like I said, once he gets out, we will begin our business video. But as you guys can tell from the title, we will be talking about one of our most profitable transactions we made at a very young age. We've seen some other YouTube videos of other people talking about some big wins or some big profits they've made in transactions. And as you guys know, we've done a lot of transactions and a lot have resulted in some pretty sizable profits.
That's right, so we're happy to share this story with you. It's one of our biggest deals when we were at a really young age, so we're really proud of it.
Absolutely, so here is the story of how we made $10,000 at 13 years old. Let's do it. All right, so we're quickly gonna set up this camera on the skyline here. Let's see, let's get a nice position. There we go, that looks good. So, we're gonna get nice and close. So like we said, this is the story of how we made $10,000 profit on one transaction at 13 and he would have been 15 years old.
So this is one of our favorites. We remember it like it was just yesterday and it's got a lot of good information in it that we are happy to share with you guys.
Bingo, hopefully you guys can learn some things. But here we go, I guess. Let's take it all the way back to, holy smokes, yeah, like 2012. You guys know we're huge into the old collectibles, commodities, trading, all that kind of buying and reselling. Of course, as a result, we attend a ton of auctions and flea markets, local buying and selling conventions, things like that. But this one in particular, we were at an auction. I was up in Pennsylvania, bright and early in the morning. I always remember those days of driving up there at 4 a.m. to get up there. And this was a huge auction. Remember, they had hundreds of different items, collectibles, coins, currency, all sorts of cool stuff, super fun.
So they sent us out a catalog and we made sure to review the lots before the auction, and there were a couple real standout pieces.
Yeah, there was some really good stuff. A few in particular that we know we probably couldn't afford. They were gonna go for a ton of money, but that's okay, we can dream, right? But anyway, the big takeaway is this auction in particular was put on by an auctioneer who was had an extremely bad reputation.
Yeah.
He's been in and out of jail. He's sold counterfeit things through his auction. So very bad reputation. A lot of people don't go to his auctions anymore because of that. But we're like, there's some good stuff in here, we'll go anyway.
At least we think it's good.
Yeah, at least we think it's good. Hopefully, you know, he's probably got shills and stuff bidding up his stuff. All sorts of scary stuff's probably going on. But here we are, the young little kids in the audience bidding against all these old guys. And a few coins stood out in particular, especially one. We really liked it because it was an old shipwreck coin from the mid 1800s, and it was gold, not a silver shipwreck coin. Extremely rare coin itself, and then the fact that it came from a shipwreck made it even more rare.
Yep.
So we were looking at it. We're like, crap, is this thing real or not? We're still super young, but we eventually looked at it long enough, we're like, this thing looks legit.
Yep, absolutely. And then furthermore, the condition of the coin really sent the value very high.
So in our minds, we're thinking, this thing's gotta be real, but then again, we saw some other fake stuff in his auction, so we're freaking out. We're like, it's not certified by anyone, there's no proof that it's real. We're like, oh geez. So in our minds, we were thinking, just as it sits, this thing must be worth at least like 5 grand, but maybe even more if it gets certified and is authentic and gets a high grade. So we're like, we love it, but we don't have all that much money, so we decided to place a bid up. Our budget was like $2,500 or $3,000. We're like, okay, that'd be great if we can make a couple thousand. So bidding starts, some stuff's going high, some stuff's going fairly what it should be. I mean, maybe we won 1 or 2 things leading up to it, so we're like, dang, this isn't really going that good. We've only bought a couple things. So finally, this coin came up on the block for bidding.
That's right, get this.
All right, let's move to another car. Okay, so this coin gets on the auction block and it starts at like, we're thinking it could start super high. He starts the coin at like $1,000 or something. And we're like, well, it's worth a lot more than that. So
normally they start off trying to get like a huge number and work their way back from there. But this one just started obviously low.
So that's a good, it kind of freaked us out because like, why is it so cheap? Like,
does he know that it's counterfeit, that it's fake?
Yes, so we're like freaking ourselves out. We bid on it. We're bidding against a couple other guys. Bidding gets up to like 1,500, then 2,000, and then it kind of slows down. And we're like, oh geez, here we go. And we end up winning the bid for $2,500.
So
we're like,
we're
oh
both,
shoot.
We're both like, yes, but we're also like, I hope we didn't just mess up.
Half of us is saying that's way too cheap, but the other half is saying this thing's worth minimum $5,000 and potentially even more if it grades high. So we won it, we paid him, we're freaking out, we get back to the car, we get back to everything, we eventually begin the drive back home, just staring at it, inspecting it for hours, and then the next move was to send it off for third-party authentication.
Yeah. So as soon as possible, as soon as we got home, we knew the exact direction that we wanted to go with it, had the plan. So we sent it off to third-party professional certification, and we knew what grade we wanted to get back out of it. And now it's just a waiting game.
It was all relying on that. So yeah, we like overnighted it there, right to the guys over in California. If you guys didn't know, you could pay to get various collectibles authenticated as well as graded. Comic books, sports cards, coins, currency, basically everything you think about, they will grade it and certify it. So that's what we did. Now the waiting game begins, and just days later, we get the email and we get the coin back. What do you know? They grade it authentic, and they give it one of the highest grades we could have possibly thought it would have gotten. We just start jumping up and down, we blow up. I remember that night like it was yesterday. I look down at the phone, I see the grade, I just start yelling. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna make so much money. We're just freaking out. That was a good day.
So we have the coin back, it's certified, authenticated, and graded, which is exactly what we need for our investors or just to put it on the market.
Right. It lets everyone know the coin's real, this is what it's graded, makes it a lot easier to sell. So right when we got it back, investors,
yep.
Hello.
We knew, we had a few people that we knew would be very interested in it, and sure enough, give them a call. They all want to take a look.
So as you guys know, we have investors all across the world, and even back then, we still had hundreds, if not thousands of investors. You know, a lot of them were still the lower end, but we still had a ton of premium investors who were dying, nipping at the bit to have this coin. So we eventually called a few of our guys up, and let's just say it didn't take long to sell that coin because everyone was fighting for it. So one of our investors in particular, he was again dying to have it. He collects these coins in particular, and we eventually settled on a deal that worked for both of us. And drum roll please. Man, we've never told this story. Nobody knows this. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. But here we go. We sold that coin for about $13,000. Paid $25,000. Some grading fees and things, sell it for $13,000.
That's a payday.
That's pretty big for a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old. And but again, there was still a lot of risk involved. If that coin ended up being fake, well, you're out $2,500.
But we were confident because we did our homework. We know what the heck we're doing.
Know one thing, find what you like and find a way to make money on it. That's what I love saying. But it's really true. Of course, we love the history. We love the collectibles. We love buying and reselling, historical items. And we found a way to make money off it by, being able to find these things from around the country. That's why we travel all the time, just sourcing inventory for our clients, which are now, it's thousands, hundreds, if not thousands back then. And now it's, tens of thousands of investors around the world who are consistently supplying these investments to. So it's been a long, fun ride. That's definitely one of our favorite stories. We have a ton of others, so if you guys like stories like these, drop a comment down below. We'd be happy to share them with you. I'm thinking of others right now.
Yeah, we have a couple like even earlier.
In 2009, when I was 10 years old, he was 12. Let's just say we made a lot of money in one day as well. Comment down below if you want a sequel to this story. We can do multiples.
So obviously, not everybody is buying and selling rare items and collectibles like us. The same goes for any market. Find a market, learn it front and back, backwards, forwards, everything, so that you are ready to go when the opportunity presents itself, when a deal like this comes along.
Right, yeah, know when to pounce. We knew when to pounce on this. You just gotta be ready to execute. Opportunities will arise, 100%. If you do the business enough, if you're around the right people, stuff will happen, I guarantee you. That's how it works. So yeah, guess that's about it. But there you guys have it. I'm sure a lot of you guys are younger out there too, working your butt off to
get where you want to be.
Get where you want to be. We wanted big things, we didn't have them, so we had to go get them. So I really hope you guys liked that video. If you guys are new on the channel, be sure to subscribe. Always doing some fun business talk, and we're doing car talk on JR Garage, our car channel. And yeah, comment down below.
Yeah, if you guys have any big win stories, love to hear them. All right, now we're off to a Lamborghini event.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.